And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Vollpfosten. This is a game from Zoc with a weird name, but it's a speed-style game where you're going to be grabbing some posts in the middle of the table. But which post you grab, which hand you grab it with, what should you say before you do so, how should you stand? It is an insane little game, frankly, and one I think kids will like. Let's take a look. Now these posts are what the whole game is going to revolve around. You're going to have these posts set up in the middle of the table. And you'll notice each one has a letter, A, B, C, D, E, F, which is what they're around. But there's also a number of lines. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you have the number of sides of a shape, where, 3, 4, 5, etc. And then there's a number of legs on the animals. And then there's the actual height of them as it is. And this matters because you'll use just this white die. You'll place all these up here in the middle. And I should mention they also each have a number at the top of them too. And you'll roll this die. And whatever you roll, that's what you're trying to grab. So if I roll the pips, I'm going for pips. If I roll the lines, the number of legs, the height of it, the letter, or the sides. And I'm trying to grab one. So I'm trying to grab the biggest one usually. So if I roll this, I want to grab the one with the most sides out of all possible. So I'll grab this one. Everyone's going to grab one. And whoever grabs the most is going to take a long stick, second most, the gray stick, and the white is the third stick. And you're going to be keeping track of your points by putting all these sticks next to each other and trying to have the longest line. And you're just going to keep doing that, and at the end of the game, you're going to add these sticks together. Longest line is the winner. So you're grabbing stuff as fast as you possibly can. Now, if you want to up the game, which you're probably going to, you can use the orange dice, one or both of them, and then it will show you various things. Usually, it will say instead of doing the smallest, now do the largest. Use your opposite hand. Use your opposite hand and go from smallest or largest to smallest. So these will change things, or cross your hands when you grab them. They will basically give you various actions that you can do when rolling these. The blue one requires movement. So clap your hands before jumping down. Stand up and spin around. Stand up and run around to your chair. Put both your hands on the ground. And you have to do these before grabbing it. The light blue die is sound. You can roll this one and, count down from 6 to 1, bark like a dog, crow like a rooster. Here, call out the names of the players to your left and right. And then the green one means you touch other people. Do pinkies with the people who are sitting on both sides of you. Or fist bump both people, or put your hand on their shoulders, or high five them, or pat them in the back of the head. And so you could play with all the dice. So if I'm playing with all the dice, I'm trying to grab the one with the most legs, except I'm grabbing it with my offhand, the one I don't normally grab it with. And this has been rolled here, which means I need to grab it with my ring finger and my pinky finger. But before I do it, I need to stand up with this die. And with this one here with the tongue out, I just need to stick my tongue out. And then this one here, before I do anything else, I need to pat my right and left neighbors on the back. So I have to do all these things and then grab the one with the most legs, which is this one here. That's the whole game. Sounds more complicated than it is. It really isn't complicated, but I mean, once you throw all the dice in, it does get a little crazy. These sticks are kind of a pain. I'd rather them just have 1, 2, or 3 point totals. The sticks in this game, I mean, they're okay, and I've seen this kind of score in other games, but they could have dropped these, and in fact, when we play, we usually just ignore the sticks in general, because why do you need them? The posts themselves are pretty neat, because they manage to, all of them are the things that you're going to grab at the beginning or at the end, a big stick, a small stick, what have you. The dice are foam dice. Now, this was probably cheaper for them to do, but they're going to get dirty. You can see the white one already has a little bit of dirt on it, although it has really weird pips. It looks like someone drew them on there. They're okay. They don't roll very well. They kind of just fall and then sit there. These don't roll so well, so I wish they had better dice, but the kids enjoyed the components. I don't know how many adults are going to love this game, and definitely when I played this, it was kind of like, it was a little amusing to me, mostly amusing playing with my kids. But my kids loved it, so I have to give it a high rating just for that. You know, my kids really enjoyed this and want to play it over and over again. So we start by playing with just the white die. Simple, grab something, easy. Oh, it's numbers. Which one is the highest number? Oh, it's the number of lines. Then you add in the action die. Okay, so I'm going to do it, but now it might be smaller. Oh, is it larger? Oh. Then you add in the action die, stand up and run around the chair. This is where most adults are checking out. Yep, not run around the chair. But again, kids really like this. Now, I think when you add in all the dice, that's kind of crazy, but you could just pick one die or two dice and go with it. We'll do the actions and the noises. And man, it's a simple concept, right? I've seen these jungle speed style games before where you're rolling something or flipping something and grabbing it. And that's what this is. But you do it, and then the insanity as kids sit there and go, okay, use my wrong hand, got to stand up, got to shout this. Everyone else is doing it at the same time. It's chaotic, and they have so much fun. So how can I say bad things about a game like that? Yeah, I'm not going to play this with a bunch of adults. Probably a chair would get knocked over and we scratch your arm up. But for kids, if you have kids, this is one that they're really going to enjoy. And I feel like it took this genre of grab stuff as fast as you can and did something a little different with it. Dice Tower Judgment, kid approved.